All right, girls, tell me when you're ready. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what you're going to hear on my podcast, Open Mic. I'm going to tell you things that most lawyers won't tell you. We expose the truth and bring you justice. I want you to go for the win in law and in life.
You want an honest man, but you don't understand. I wanna be here when.
Welcome to a special edition of Open Mic. As you can see, I have my three daughters. I have Ella Morse, Lexie Morse, and my beautiful daughter, Jillian, in Brooklyn, New York. Thanks, Jillian, for coming in today.
Of course. I'm happy to be here.
So
It's
this
on Father's Day.
So we're doing a special Father's Day Open Mic podcast where my daughters wanted to ask me questions, and some of these I don't know the questions. I haven't pre-screened the questions. They can ask me anything. It's all fair game, and we'll see how they do. We'll see how I do, and so who wants to go first? Jilly, you're the oldest. You want to go first?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to start with how old were you when you knew that you wanted to be a father?
So, as you know, I loved my dad, and I don't think it was ever even a question. It was always a given that I was going to have kids. And then when I met your mom, it was never a discussion. Should we have kids? Shouldn't we have kids? It was always, when are we going to have kids and how many kids? And so I think I've always known I wanted kids.
Nice.
Ella Morse.
Okay. My question first is, what is one of your fondest memories that you have with your dad?
I used to go down to my dad's law office on Saturday mornings from as early back as I can remember. And he would take me for donuts at a place in the building. It was the First National Building in downtown Detroit. And we would get donuts, and we would go up to his office, and I would play with his copy machine. We used to have hole punches back in the day, which was these black things where you would put two holes in paper and would go into the folders, and I would do that. He let me answer phones. And it was just alone time, just him and me when my sister Emily wasn't around. So that was special times, and I got to have donuts, which I like donuts.
That's fun.
Lexie?
Okay. What is the biggest thing you learned from your dad?
The biggest thing I learned from my dad, Joel Morse. It's a good question, Lexie. Let me think about that for a moment. The biggest lesson. So on Father's Day here, I think I learned how to be a good dad. I learned how to, we used to play a lot, and I feel like we play and laugh a lot. And I think just how to be a dad. And I also how to be a good lawyer, I think, how to treat clients and how to interact with people. I think that's it.
He taught you well. You're the best dad in the world.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Jillian Morse, you're up.
Okay. If your dad was not a lawyer, do you think you would be in this field doing personal injury?
Ooh, that's another good question. Holy moly. My dad loved the radio business. He was a disc jockey in college and law school. He always wanted to go back to being a disc jockey. Now that I'm doing this, open mic and stuff, I love it too. So whether I would have been a lawyer if he wasn't a lawyer, God, I don't know. I really, really don't know. I don't know, Jillian. That's a really good one. You stumped me. I mean, I will say yes because I've been doing it 30 years and I love it. And maybe I would have found my way to it, but would I have done it if my dad wasn't a lawyer? Because he was really the only lawyer I knew, and his friends who were lawyers and judges. I'll say yes, but truly, I have no clue. Ella, go for it.
What do you enjoy most about being a father to us?
The fun we have, the laughter, the playfulness that we have, the bond, the love. It's just it's the best, and the fact that we have such good relationships, and we love to travel together and play together and hike together and swim together and learn new things together and try new foods together, and I don't know, everything. I mean, it's the greatest thing that I do every single day is talking to you guys and being with you guys. I just love you so much.
We love you more.
Okay, I have one.
Let's hear
What
it.
is your favorite tradition we have as like a family that we do?
My favorite tradition, you know what? A few of them are coming into my head. I love what we do on birthdays. I love that we honor each other and we go, I guess people who are listening and watching this don't know. When we have birthdays, whoever it is, even if it's not one of us or a family member, we honor that person on the birthday and we go around the table and we tell that person what we love about them. One or two things, what we love about them. And it turns into sometimes pretty emotional. We've had some non-family members sobbing at the table. We won't mention names because they're not used to hearing they're not used to hearing beautiful things about themselves, and it's really a meaningful thing that we've been doing for many, many years. I mean, can you remember when we didn't do it? No.
And it's good to do it in person on birthdays because usually like you text them or whatever, but it's nice to share what you love about them in person.
It is. Jillian, you got another question for me?
Yeah, I do. As a kid, how did you and your dad celebrate Father's Day?
Well, back in the day, back in the 70s, my dad liked to walk around the mall, walk around art fairs, go to a place called Tally Hall back in the day in Farmington Hills. We'd go to Fairlane and ride the monorail. He would take me to Henry Ford Museum type places. He loved visiting friends on Father's Day and other days and just dropping in and seeing his friends and connecting with people. Going to the Stage Deli, Plaza Deli, Ramshorn, certain restaurants, and seeing his friends and just connecting and talking and eating. He loved the Jewish bakeries, and he'd go to get the 7-layer cakes, and we would get treats and things like that. I mean, lots of fun things like that.
Super cute.
That is cute. Okay, this question is kind of unrelated to Father's Day, but it's one I'm curious. That if you could travel one place that you haven't been before, where would you go? Because I know that travel is something we all love to do.
So I've thought about my bucket list lately. There's lots of places in America that I haven't been that I want to go to. But actually, since Jillian has been to Australia and New Zealand, that definitely is piqued my interest. It was never on my bucket list. It's far. You know how I feel about far plane flights.
So I'm planning to study abroad in New Zealand. So
Are you?
Come visit me.
Okay. I was going to visit Jillian, but hers got cut short because of the damn COVID. But that would be great. So I think that would be fun.
It's online.
Okay. What is your favorite hobby to do? It's not about Father's Day.
My favorite hobby. Doesn't have to be Father's Day, guys. Just favorite hobby. Is golf a hobby? No, that's a sport.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's a hobby.
A hobby?
It's because the way I play, it's kind of a hobby.
Yeah.
I love, I still love reading and learning new things. Golf, hiking. Is that a hobby?
Mhm.
I don't know I think a hobby is like knitting or playing the piano, but maybe not. Um, okay. She mumbles under her breath.
Golf is not fun.
That was not fun.
No, golf isn't fun.
Golf isn't fun. I took Lexie golfing recently, and she
Really?
almost killed a kid in front of us. She hit a ball right into another kid. She's like, "All right, I'm done. I'm never doing this again." Is that basically what happened? I have it on video. Jillian, your turn.
Okay. What are the top 2 things on your bucket list right now for 2021, 2022?
Besides going to New Zealand, well, I have some business goals that they're not all that interesting to
Are you going to
guys.
write another book?
I don't think I'm not thinking about writing another book right now. We're
You
still
got to read the first.
You haven't read my book? Have you read the book? Have you read the book?
I don't
The
read.
front cover.
I don't read.
Okay, that's impressive to say to America that I don't read. I'm just kidding. It's on audio. You could go to Audible.
I'm planning on reading it this summer.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't.
All right, bucket list stuff. Wow. So that's a good one, Jillian. And I'm embarrassed that so travel is usually my main bucket list stuff. Is there anything you guys would think of that I've said that I want to do?
Travel.
I mean, adventures. I'd love to go do another adventure trip with you guys.
Yeah.
But again, that's travel related. So funny.
Ella doesn't want to do another book.
Yes, I do.
We had a great time on that last one. That's a good one, Jill. I honest to God, it's mostly travel related stuff. And COVID has put a damper on that, of course, but I want to get back to Europe. I want to do a boat trip with you guys. I want to go sail somewhere cool and go to the Caribbean and dive off a boat and snorkel and fish and fun stuff like that with you guys.
That's a good bucket list thing.
My bucket list has anything to do with you guys. Isn't that weird?
No.
Go ahead.
What is a mistake / failure that has taught you the most in life that you've had? Like, what is a downfall that brought you back up? If that makes sense.
So I've made lots and lots of mistakes in my life. I tend to try to really, really learn from them. And a lot of them that's coming to my head right now are business related things that I, would take on too much stuff or not saying no as much as I should, because I like to say yes to people. So, I'm not able to deliver as well when I do that. I think early on in my career, putting too many eggs in one basket and relying on one person to send me a lot of my cases rather than diversifying enough. That was probably a big one. Yeah, I mean, that was probably my biggest mistake business-wise.
Got it.
I have a question.
Let's hear it.
Where is your favorite place to travel to?
Another travel question. Well, I think in the moment, I love Hawaii, as do you. I loved our trips to Costa Rica. And lately I've been loving Phoenix. So there you have it.
I feel like anywhere warm with mountains, you'll be happy.
Mountain. We're a mountain family, although we like the beach too.
Yes.
Right?
I'm more of a beach personally, but I have started to appreciate the mountains.
You're a good hiker now. You're a really, really, really good hiker.
I'm just better. Okay. So,
Lexie's a good hiker too. Go ahead, Jill.
I have a question. What's your favorite game to play as a family?
It's a hard one.
We play lots of games.
I think
Yeah. What's that?
I have one guess on what you might say.
So, I mean, Rummy Cube, we love. Up and Down the River. Lexie loves Clue and tries to get me to play Clue. I love, cornhole, bags, whatever you want to call it. I love that outdoorsy game.
King's Corner.
King's Corner's a good game. I like one-on-one games like backgammon or gin. So for those of you who don't know, we play tons of games all the time. We'll do puzzles and anything to be together are fun games. So I don't think I have a favorite. I mean, lately I've been liking Rummy Cube, playing that a lot. Been winning that a lot. So maybe that's why I like that. But that was a good question, Jay.
Thanks.
Was that your question? Or that was her question.
Yeah.
That was
What,
me.
you have one?
Yes. Let me think really quick. You have one?
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Oh,
Lex.
okay.
Just like one that I would like to know.
Go for it.
Which one of us gets on your nerves the most?
Oh,
You can't say me.
I can't say you.
So it's out of two of us?
No, I could say you. And I mean, who gets on my nerves? The truth is you. No, I'm kidding. The truth is you guys don't get on my nerves. We have issues. We talk about them, but you guys are all in such a good place in your lives that it feels pretty easy. And some of you have been easier than others throughout your lives that we will not go into, but Jillian has been very easy. At all points of your lives, there's been different points of your lives where you've been easier than others, of course. Raising 3 daughters, there's been trials and things that happen, but for the most part, you guys are easy. And I can't think of anybody getting on my nerves these days. You guys are so amazing. I love you all.
Love
I
you.
love you.
Any other questions to your father?
I have a question that you ask us often as like a get to know question. And I'm curious if you could be any part of a salad, what would it be and why? If you could describe yourself as a part of a salad.
So I would say I was the dressing, because the dressing is kind of what holds the salad together. It gives it flavor. It gives it taste. It makes it special or not special. And I think that I have a unique ability of bringing us together and making us have fun, no matter if we're at a Costco or a supermarket or on an airplane, that we have fun. And I feel like I can bring people together, bring families together. And that's kind of what dressing does.
I agree. That's a good answer.
Do I get the job?
Question.
I ask that question in interviews sometimes, and that's where Ella got that from.
It's a good question.
Any more questions for me?
Jillian's.
Jillian's got one.
Jillian's stole.
I have one. It's
Let's
not
hear it.
fully developed, but how would you feel if you had a son other than 3 daughters?
Like a fourth
2 daughters and a
child?
son.
Oh,
2 daughters and a son.
So-
You think
yeah,
you're
some-
prepared? You would be prepared to be a dad for raising a son, or you
No,
like girls?
not really. I mean, I've been asked that question. Are you bummed that Lexie wasn't a boy? And and the answer was no. I wasn't, because the truth is, I was thrilled to have you as a girl, Jillian, and then I was thrilled for Ella to be a girl. And then when we were having our 3rd child, I mean, there was question, of course. Oh, is it a boy? Can I make boys? And things like that. But it was not. What's so funny? I wasn't sad. I don't remember the question. I wasn't sad. Would I have been equipped? No, I would not have been equipped, but I would have figured it out. I didn't know how to raise a daughter either. And I did a okay job. You guys are turning out pretty darn good. So, I would have been happy with a boy, and I was thrilled with a 3rd girl. I mean, 3 girls is unique and it's special, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, we wouldn't trade any other father for
So
the world.
grateful for you.
We love you
Happy
so
early
much.
Father's Day.
Are we done? All right. I
I
love
mean,
you guys.
I ran out of questions.
That's fine.
you.
Listen,
Jillian stole a lot of mine.
you know what?
Oh,
I'm good with that. I mean, we didn't know how long this was going to go, and
Um,
I've never had you guys on the show. I've never had you guys do anything with me on. I mean, here and there on the TV stuff, but I'm thrilled that we got to do this, and I'm seeing. Oh, I'm seeing questions popping in from my staff that I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to ask you one final question, and then we're going to end.
Okay.
Is that cool? You got an
Yeah.
extra 2 minutes for your dad?
Yeah.
All right. What's that? Well, we're almost done. Do you have another question? Doesn't matter. I'll ask you guys a question. What's your favorite memory growing up focused on, your dad?
Okay, I need a second.
Think about it. Take your time. There are lots of memories. 21, 18,
I have a memory.
13 years of memories. Let's hear it, Jay.
Okay. This was after one summer, a couple summers ago, probably 3 or 4, 3 summers ago. We went on a daddy-daughter trip to London. I was there for the summer and you met me out there, and we spent a few more nights in London and walked around like the old cobblestone streets and went to Kensington. No, it's not called Kensington. Don't know what it's called, but we ate some yummy sushi. Then we went to Prague and had then we went to Berlin and had an amazing time. And then we went to Prague, and every second on that trip was so fun. And I love hanging out with you more than anything. And there's never a dull moment. So I look forward to another trip like that soon.
That was fun. I think it was Chelsea. Wasn't that Chelsea in England?
Oh,
that
yeah.
that fancy street.
Yeah.
I remember that sushi place. That was nuts. So,
It was really yummy.
Ella, you got any favorite memories?
Yes, that just jogged my memory. I think traveling in general is something that we all value and love, and it's a lot of family time. And I think it's rare to go on a trip just like one parent to a daughter, like Jillian was just saying, because there's so many of us. But one of the trips you and I did was canoeing the Utah Green River. And there were other families there, but it was just Dad and I. And we had so much fun. We were in a canoe and we laughed and we didn't know what we were doing and we were camping. And I have a specific memory on this trip. Okay, it is nighttime and we are in a tent, just Dad and I, and we don't have our tarp on because we were in Utah and it was summer. And all of a sudden it starts raining, pouring rain. And it's seeping through, and we hear all the other dads getting out and unzipping and putting on the tarp for us. And Dad's like, Ella, the tarp, like, we need to put it on. And I'm like, are you going to help me? And he's like, I'm sleeping. And like, I'm out there in the pouring rain trying to put this tarp on. And then Dad got out and helped me. But just like we had so many fun memories and adventures, and camping is fun and weird and brings a lot of fun memories out, and we canoed all day together, and it was fun to work together and help each other paddle, and that was a really special trip that just you and I got to spend together.
Can we do it again?
Of course.
Lexie, any good memories you want to share?
Yes, I mean, I think you have a lot. I loved going to the daddy-daughter dances with you because that was always fun, dressing up and going and dancing and stuff. So that would probably be
Daddy-daughter dances. I went through, I don't remember the exact number of years, but from Jillian at age 5 till you at age, whenever they ended, 10 or something, I went to like 15 years in a row of daddy-daughter dances, which were the best. Lots of good memories. Well, girls, thank you for being on Open Mic. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for putting yourselves out there. I love you all.
You're the best.
I love you.
Fun memories.
Jillian,
you.
have fun in New York.
Thank
Be
you.
safe. I love you all.
Love you
And
guys.
thanks for watching and listening to Open Mic. I hope you enjoyed this special Father's Day episode. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And we'll see you next time. Thank you. All right. Bye.
I was like this the whole time, and Jillian kept stealing my questions, and I was like,
She stole your questions.
Yes.
What was the question that was yours that she asked?
What'd you do on Father's Day with your dad?
That was your question?
Yeah. Well, she didn't know it was mine, but look.
What are you doing? Why are you
Look.
showing your shoes? You're
Look.
still recording it now.